What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Boss Hog, and I'm back. You see, 818, I was at church. Doing what? Security for the Lord. You know what I'm talking about. Somebody need to go outside. Saute your onions and bell pepper because some people don't like the crunch, even though it's meatloaf. There may not be, it's not going to be a crunch, but some people don't like that, bite. So I sauteed it like 4 minutes just to soften it up some because it's going to cook in the meatloaf. But you season, salt, pepper, season. Now I have about 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of veal pork. Veal pork and beef. Yeah. Now, I still got some beef over here, but I got my eggs, fresh parsley cut up. Ooh. Also, ketchup, mustard, garlic, Worcestershire sauce. You know? Now the one thing about meatloaf they don't tell you, or you see on other videos, is, I'm gonna show you, when you combine everything, once I put the milk, the breadcrumbs, the eggs, and the onions and bell pepper and the parsley in here, what I'm gonna do is mix it all together, take like a quarter size and fry it off, because you wanna know where your seasoning is, okay? So you don't over season it, but you don't under season it. You want it perfect. So, bam, you know what I'm saying? And I also added my seasoning blend in here if you didn't know, by the way. Yeah. My seasoning blend. So as you can see, I got my cup of breadcrumbs, my 3 eggs, basically 1 egg for every pound. 1 cup of milk. Let's go. So this is our meatloaf. This is the pastor and his wife meatloaf that we're gonna send to them. This is my water boiling for my mashed potatoes. This is a little bit of milk, garlic, fresh parsley, and some shallots and some butter that I'm gonna add to the potatoes when they're done. We about to peel these potatoes. Let's get it popping. So this is our meatloaf. This is the pastor and his wife meatloaf that we're gonna send to them. This is my water boiling for my mashed potatoes. This is a little bit of milk, garlic, fresh parsley, and some shallots and some butter that I'm gonna add to the potatoes when they're done. We about to peel these potatoes. Let's get it popping. Got your potatoes in there, and we're gonna throw them onions in there. Yeah, buddy. Be right back. Let them come to a boil, get softened. I gotta cut up my onions for my onion gravy to go with the meatloaf, because TT and Grandma like gravy with their meatloaf. So this is all you need for your gravy. Oh, and butter. As you can see, we got our butter. I put a little bit of the onions in here. I added that beef bouillon. That's why it looked that color. And then I added my salt, pepper, sea salt, pepper, white pepper, and black pepper. And now we're gonna cook that flour. We added everything in. All we gotta do now is just add some water and the rest of these onions, because the rest of them onions gonna cook in the gravy. You don't want all your onions super soft. Some people like a little crunch to their gravy, crunch to their onion, you know what I'm saying? They want to know that onion there. They don't want, unless you got no teeth, then, you know what I'm saying, you make one of that onion cooked all the way. Now we're going to add in a lot. We're not going to add in a lot because we want to see the full potential of your gravy, you know what I'm saying? Because this is going to thicken up real quick. As you can see, it's already thickening up. Look at that. Look how thick that gravy. And then you're gonna come back in. You just add a little bit of water every time. You know what I'm saying? We got our potatoes drained. We're gonna get ready to add this to this, and we're gonna mash them up. See where we at. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more. We're just gonna keep doing it till you get the gravy to your consistency. I like my gravy to be to the consistency where I can coat the back of the spoon and it's not watery, but it coats the back of the spoon. Now this is gonna thicken up a little bit more, so it look good now. You know what I'm saying? It look, but we wanna go. It's gonna go a little bit further. Be right back. So as you see, gravy, we added in our onions. This gravy now is gonna simmer and get to the consistency that I wanted. And look, you can see the pepper and everything in here. And we're getting our potatoes right. We gotta finish mashing. But we're gonna get it, baby. We're gonna get it. Get some arm exercise in. Let's go. Be right back. See what I'm saying? Now your gravy up to a simmer. You see how slow it takes for it to roll off there? Look at that. Look at it. It's still sticking to that spoon. That's your gravy. Now, mashed potatoes. What is that, you say? You want some creamy mashed potatoes? Or sour cream? Just add a little dollop of it. As you see, we added some cracked black pepper to our mashed potatoes. Now we're just gonna stir that in. And then you gotta taste, because I still haven't added no salt. I did salt my water, so now we gotta taste. You see, I drained, I even took off the parchment paper I had underneath, drained the fat, and now I added my ketchup, sriracha, brown sugar mixture to the top. So you can see meatloaf done, gravy done, mashed potatoes done. Got some biscuits up in there, you know what I'm talking about? And Grandma is bringing the collard greens. Gotta throw some butter on that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I could have made some swim biscuits, but I ain't, hey. See? Ta-da. Ta-da. I had to taste it, so please, if you a chef, you got to taste your work before you feed it to somebody else. Come on with it now. That's the meatloaf, mashed potatoes for Pastor and his wife. Add up some gravy for the pastor and his wife, right here.
Shake it up so the flavors can go all the way through the rice.
You might have to start doing that because it's.
Yeah, because I made some